Hey Sainers, welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Hope you've all had a great start to the week. It's 5 things we learned for round 21 against North Melbourne, a 9-point win in the end. As always, thanks to Mornington Peninsula Brewery. Check out their website and products at mpbrew.com.au. Number 1, Taru is starting to learn when to take a mark and when to spoil, and it is very, very exciting. I've got a reel that I'll post on Instagram later tonight. It might even be up already by the time this video comes out. But he took 3 or 4 really, really strong contested marks. And he was against Jack Darling, who's no slouch, a very big body. And his ability to come in from the side is sensational. He knows how to time a mark. He knows when to go for the mark, but then also when to defend. And I think that's always a bit of a tricky one with defenders, especially a defender in his first season, playing in a very, very difficult part of the ground. But I think yesterday was right in front of me where he went. It looked like Jack Darling was going to take the easy mark, but he came out of nowhere. So his closing down speed, as we know, is phenomenal. And that's obviously going to give them the ability to be in pretty much any contest at any point in time, which is very exciting for us. But he looked like he was about to go for the spoil, but it's almost like he surprised himself that he was quicker than Darling, and I think it was Darling, and he got in front of him, went to spoil, changed his mind, and took a clean contested mark on the wing right on the boundary line. I thought, that is just a guy that's switched on, and he knows when to do certain things, and I think that's a great sign in only game 8, game 7 or something like that. So he's growing every single week, and he's getting more confident in his ability to impact, and not just in the simplified way. Like, we looked at his debut and the amount of spoils that he made. His second game against Fremantle. But now he's blending the two, which I think is critical because he's much more damaging to us when he's taking marks. So when he starts to take more marks than he does spoils, that's just obviously going to make us a far better rebounding team. Number 2, I've learned that we play stinkers against North every single time. I cannot tell you the last time we played North and I walked away thinking, yes, we played 4 quarters. That was a convincing win. And yes, that was an exciting game of football, by a neutral standpoint. I can't remember the last time. It goes all the way back to Good Friday football in 2018 when I started the channel. It was a shocking game then. And I remember 2023 when we were top 8, we made finals, we played North, and I think we kicked 1 goal for a quarter and a half or something. We ended up winning the game, but the first half was as bad a football as you'll ever see. And yesterday, only North and Saints fans would care about that game watching it again because, it was just a dour affair. Our third quarter was good, but they're just never easy on the eye is my point. So I wouldn't put my money on next year being, Saints North having an absolute shootout blockbuster. But hey, weirder things have happened, but I think we're due for a good, cracker Saints North game. Hopefully in years to come, we'll get that. But if we're playing stinkers, we might as well be winning them. Number 3, we struggled when the corridor was clogged up. So I think this has a lot to do with our last quarter against Melbourne. And I think it was Ben Dixon. I'm not too sure who it was. Maybe it was Nicky Dell. I'll have to check. But they basically said we operated within the tram tracks of the centre square. So we just operated straight through the middle. We didn't go wide at all. But a lot of the time yesterday, North completely clogged up the middle of the ground. But they did it in a very clever way. They didn't just do it to defend us, which made us have to push wide because they know that we're not the strongest team in terms of contested marks around the ground. So it makes it a little bit harder for us to get around that way because we don't have that tall target, apart from Max Heath, who's, in game 2, 3. So, he's not going to be a huge weapon in that area just yet. But they did it when they were on the attack as well. So they defended it when we had the ball, but when they had the ball, they flooded the middle of the ground and opened the game up. We just kind of were asleep at that point in time. But when we got that corridor game going in that third quarter, no surprise. We kicked 6 goals, 6. We looked the far superior team. We hit the scoreboard and we built a lead. So going around the wings is not really a way for goal or an easier way for us to hit the scoreboard. So credit to North. They did it well. They clogged it. But if teams catch on to that and realize St Kilda really do go the corridor and they are damaging through that, we're going to have to work out a plan B to get around that because the boundary game wasn't really working. It was a little bit ugly. That was when the game was pretty stagnant and we looked pretty lackluster. But when it was open and the corridor was there to take on and Naz could go through there and Sinks could go through there, we looked $1 million. Number 4, I think Jack Higgins is finding his early season groove again, which is great. That's 2 goals against Geelong, 4 goals last week in our win against Melbourne, and another 2 goals yesterday. I think that's a really good sign. He went through a patch where he was getting a lot of attention. His early season form was all Australian form, but we are always better when he hits the scoreboard. If Jack Higgins kicks 2 or more goals a game, we generally win the game. Geelong, we didn't. The last 2 weeks, he's kicked 6. And we've done that. So Jack Higgins, credit. It's hard when you're a small. It's a difficult position to be in. You know, it's not a lot up to you when it's the delivery or the ball's not getting in there enough, that sort of thing. You're getting more attention because your early season form was red hot. He's had to work through a lot of things, but to kick 8 goals in 3 weeks is a nice return. So hopefully against Richmond and the G's old team, another bag is waiting for him. Number 5, Hunter Clark, behind the footy. Loved it. The start of the game was very shaky, but I think he had 25 disposals. That was off the back of 20 last week and a big last quarter. I really like him, Hasty and Sinks off the halfback flank. I think we're all worried about pushing Naz up the ground and what's going to happen there, but Hunter Clark's vision is brilliant. His decision-making most of the time is sensational. He makes the right call, whether execution lets him down or not, that's another conversation. But most times when you're a halfback flanker, the game, you see the game unravel in front of you. And I think, you know, the thing with Hunter is he's so good in a lot of parts of his game, but I think the best part of his game is the ability to assess the situation in a quick, short amount of time and then make a quick call. And he did that a couple of times yesterday that completely opened up the game. In the midfield, if he's playing in the guts, he doesn't have the luxury of really seeing the ground ahead of him. You know, so I think having him at halfback outside the contest as that outlet player suits his game way better than having him in the guts, putting his head over the football, because we can have other players do that. We can have Garcia, Windy, Boxall, McRae, Steele. They can be the inside player. Give it to Hunter Clark on the outside. He'll dodge a bloke, which he did yesterday, which was nice to see, and hit up a target. So huge credit there to Hunter Clark. It's not been, you know, his best career. You know, it's just been a tough road for him. But to have a couple of games now, over 20 possessions in both, I think that's a really good sign, and hopefully more things to come on his end. So that's my 5 things, Sainers. Pretty positive, I think. Put your 5 things in the comments. Quick summary. Number 1, Taru learning when to spoil and mark. Very exciting. Number 2, we always play stinkers against North, but at least we win them. Number 3, we struggle when the corridor is clogged up. Boundary St Kilda is not good St Kilda. We like going down the guts. Higgins is finding his early season form again, which is nice to see. And Hunter Clark behind the footy at halfback. Beautiful. Love it. So put your 5 things in the comments, Saints. Thank you very much. Please like the video. Subscribe as well. The review's up. We've got Saints TV Weekly and plenty of other videos out during the week. So I'd appreciate a subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. And as always, go you mighty Saints. See you guys.
Hit the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.